and welcome to Community Connections, a show written, produced, and presented by SCAN, your Senior Community Activities Network. We plan to present programs that are interesting and informative for both you and us. My name is Renee Maxwell, your first presenter. Not too long ago, this was how we received our news and entertainment, all of which was produced by people we could only hear and not see. Next, we were able to hear and see presenters as they delivered news and entertainment right into our homes. We even thought of some of them as friends: Walter Cronkite, Jack Paar, and Oprah. An important part of our show is to bring into your home programs that will entertain you and in some ways inform you. Not like school, but as if you were on a personal tour of interesting places and people. So let's go. Our first stop is right here at Monmouth Mall, where we were recently entertained by April Centrone. Her instruments were unique, her music unusual to our Western ear, but her audience response was welcoming and generous. We learned how melody and tempo can transcend culture. Here is April Centrone.
The Senior Citizens Activities Network has launched a new monthly music series to take place inside the Monmouth Mall. The music series will take place once a month on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Sponsored by the Grunin Foundation, Investors Bank, and Monmouth Mall, the series is designed to showcase a variety of talented musicians and musical styles here at the Jersey Shore and to raise awareness about SCAN, New Jersey's only nonprofit dedicated to the health of the mind, body, and spirit of people 50 and older through its educational programming, fitness classes, and a variety of workshops. The music series is free and open to the public and began back in February. The first performance featured the music of April Centrone. April is a drummer, percussionist, oud player, educator, and music therapist based at the Jersey Shore. She is also the founder and owner of her own business, a dance, arts, and event space in Long Branch, New Jersey. More dates will be added to the series throughout the year. For full details and dates on the music series or for more information on SCAN, go to www.scannj.org.
We all truly enjoyed the music that April presented at our first Music at the Mall concert. We're going to take a short break and be right back.
At the Save Green Project from New Jersey Natural Gas, we're bringing you rebates and incentives, including 0% APR financing, right on your natural gas bill to help make energy efficiency affordable. And with the possibility of no upfront costs and special incentives for moderate income customers, investing in equipment upgrades doesn't have to be out of reach. Go to SaveGreenProject.com for details on available rebates and incentives to help you upgrade to energy-efficient HVAC and water heating equipment. You could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in incentives for seal-up and insulation fixes. In the long run, you could be saving money on your energy bills too. Visit us at SaveGreenProject.com. That's SaveGreenProject.com.
Welcome back to Community Connections. My name is Marianne Fama. Today, we're going to spotlight the Garden State Film Festival. The festival will take place from March 23rd through March 27th and will be held in Asbury Park, New Jersey. The Garden State Film Festival is a celebration of local independent filmmakers as well as spotlighting New Jersey's contribution to the filmmaking industry.
My name is Mike Cevolino, the Executive Director of SCAN, the Senior Citizens Activities Network. We help keep people 55 and older happy, healthy, and connected in mind, body, and spirit. That's the important part, through our programs, classes, and workshops. You know, folks, this month of March is an exciting time in Monmouth County, as historically, each year the city of Asbury Park welcomes in the Garden State Film Festival. Now, the festival this year is celebrating a major milestone, 20 years of being the premier film festival in the state of New Jersey and one of the most renowned in the country. So joining me now to discuss this are Lauren Conkar-Sheehy, Executive Director of the Garden State Film Festival, and David Schoner, Board of Directors and member of the Film Festival, as well as Associate Director of the New Jersey Motion Picture and Television Commission. That's a long title.
It's a lot, yes.
Welcome, David and Lauren, to the show.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
really
you.
excited to have you here. So, Lauren, why don't you start us off? Tell folks who might not know who you are, tell them a little bit about yourself.
I am the executive director of the Garden State Film Festival. I studied film and television since high school. I used to watch on Nickelodeon. You can't do that on television, and that's what gave me my love for television. And I work at Brookdale Community College at Brookdale Television, where we get to enrich our students' lives every day, and it's amazing.
Wonderful. David?
So I am the Associate Director of the New Jersey Motion Picture and Television Commission. I started there in 1985 as an intern, so it's a little history there. And the wonderful thing is that I've seen the film industry grow rapidly and radically over the past couple of years. I'm also very involved with the Garden State Film Festival, both being on their board, and actually my film I produced in the year one was actually the opening night film of the festival way back when.
All right, I want to get to that, and I want to ask you about the film industry here in New Jersey. But first, for those folks who may not be that familiar with the Garden State Film Festival, can you give us a little bit of a historical perspective on what that's like?
Sure. The Garden State Film Festival was created by Diane Raver. Asbury Park was her cultural mecca growing up, and when she came home to raise her kids in Seagirt after working in Manhattan, she was the first female president of a commercial business. She couldn't believe what Asbury Park looked like. So to bring the vitality back to the city of Asbury Park, she created the Garden State Film Festival. I drank the Kool-Aid, and we're here 20 years later.
No,
It's
I
so
was about to
important.
ask you, what year was that? Did that all sort of...
2002.
Okay.
Yes, and I got involved because of Brookdale. The late Roger Conant kind of was like, here you go, Diana, I'm giving you Lauren. I produced a segment on it, and then I was volunteering. I was leading the volunteers, and we still have Brookdale students to this day that have been with us all 20 years.
So you've been there since the inception.
Yes, yep.
Okay, and have you been on the board as well for that? How long have you been on the board?
For the past 4 years.
Okay, so let's say someone's attending the festival for the first time, never been there before. Give some tips or hacks on the best way to experience it and what an attendee could expect at this year's festival.
So for those that are, sometimes people don't know what is a film festival.
Right.
Yes.
They think it's not open to the public, that it's only for industry people, but it's open to the public. And if you're a film lover, we know you're home watching TV and you're bored. So come and see the best independent films that you can see at the Garden State Film Festival. So everybody else is postponing and or canceling, and I accidentally extended the festival to be 12
Whoops.
days. So it's March 23rd to the 27th are all of the in-person events. We start off at the Cranford Theater in Cranford, New Jersey, so we're not just Asbury Park. And then we're in Asbury Park the 24th to the 27th, and we're back in Cranberry throughout the weekend as well. And then, drum roll, March 28th to April 3rd, we have everything virtually. So for some people that maybe can't attend, normally we have a global audience hop on a plane and come to Asbury Park, New Jersey during a shoulder month,
Right.
which is fantastic, to bring vitality to the city when it needs it. But if you can't, guess what? You can see everything virtually online. So we've thought about everything.
And the one thing I was going to say is that if you aren't familiar with the film festival and you want to come to it for the first time, you could just go online and they've got all the films there, all the events, all the panels. And so you can do a little research ahead of time so that you can pick and choose maybe what you want to attend. And you have to be in it. You really have to be in it. There's a vitality and a vibrance that is just incredible.
All right, so we mentioned at the outset that big milestone this year, 20 years
20
of
years.
the film festival. That has to feel like an incredible achievement. So first of all, kudos to you both for
Thank you.
bringing that to fruition. Tell us a little bit about what folks can expect as part of this celebration.
So we have some surprises in store.
Can't share that.
Mwahaha. Yeah.
That way you could tweak David's mustache.
Yeah. So Thursday we have Meet the Filmmaker Night. It is open to the public. So for filmmakers and anyone who's in the business, or if you're thinking about becoming involved, come to Meet the Filmmaker, because you get to have a low-key kind of night before the craziness happens, where you can watch about an hour's worth of selected trailers to see what's in store for the rest of the duration. And, you know, a lot of people come to make their next gig, you know, to book their next gig. And then Friday, the hardest decision is what to wear on Friday and Sunday.
It's usually my hardest.
And Friday is our Friday Gala cocktail party that is at the Asbury Lanes. We have a 35-foot step and repeat red carpet. We have tons of photographers and press attend, but it's really a fun time. And then we have a dark comedy on Friday night called Redemption of a Rogue from Ireland, and it's just fantastic. And Saturday and Sunday there's films throughout various venues, like all over the town of Asbury Park as well as Cranford, New Jersey.
Yes. So that's what I wanted to ask you. I'm a big Asbury Park fan. I like to go there for music and all the venues. What are some of the venues that people can expect to see content in?
So we take over the Berkeley Hotel in various rooms in there. And so, you know, we have to rent the equipment, bring it in. We're at the Asbury Lanes and the Asbury Hotel, which, you know, the Asbury Hall is the venue over there, and the Jersey Shore Arts Center, which was the old Neptune High School.
Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned Brookdale too.
Yeah, the film festival is a labor of love, yes.
Tell folks about your role at Brookdale and how that led you to the film festival.
Oh gosh, so even Brookdale, I've been there over 20 years. And it's fantastic. I started as a student, and I was taking the communications media department classes. While I was a student at Brookdale, I was the student learning assistant. Then I was working for an all-female production company called Lash Media. I interned at Cablevision, you know, all as a young teenager. I was secretly also a pharmacist technician when I was a teenager, going to Brookdale.
That was with the mustache.
Yeah, with the mustache, yeah, and a quick change into the lab coat. And it was really fantastic. For those of you that might not know Brookdale, you know, like the film festival, it's a family kind of feeling when you go there. The instructors and professors know your name, you know, the faculty is great. It's also a park-like setting. But yeah, so I've grown over the years with Brookdale. As soon as I graduated, I started working at Bloomberg News in Manhattan. So, you know, Brookdale allows you to get real-world experience, and then through interning with the film festival and everything like that, we provide real-world experience too, so that in 2 years at Brookdale, you can get your associates and pop right into our industry. I prefer if the students work with Brookdale TV while they're still a student. That way we can, you know, work on if they want to direct, if they want to edit, because it's very difficult to try to think, I might not want to be on camera, I want to be behind, or there's so many different roles. We do, the athletic games are live, so the students get an opportunity to direct and switch and do everything live and do the announcing live. It's really fantastic.
That is amazing that all of those opportunities are available to students right here in Monmouth County at Brookdale College, and that could lead into something with the film festival or other opportunities. Yes. That's wonderful. David, as some folks know, many people know, the film industry in New Jersey is like exploding. So can you tell our audience a little bit about what we can attribute to that, what that's been like?
So it's been interesting because I have been at the Film Commission since 1985, and the film industry is exploding because Governor Murphy was very action-oriented and instituted a film and TV tax incentive to attract the film industry here. And the film industry, it really functions on tax incentives, on some sort of incentive to come here. And it is booming. And I'll give you a little example of this boom. 2018, we only did 4 tax incentive projects. We did 121 million. Wow. In 2019, we jumped to 421 million, and in 2021, we're going to do over $500 million of film business, film and TV business.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's real numbers.
Now, what a lot of people don't know is that the commission has been around here in the Garden State since 1979.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Unbelievable. So, can you talk a little bit about the history of the commission and sort of its origins that sort of led it to where it is now?
Yeah, so in 1977, Governor Byrne at the time was tired of having New Jersey be the joke of comedians and stuff like that. He really was tired of people making fun of the state. And at that point, also, the film industry was undergoing a transition where people wanted more on-location work. They wanted to see real stuff. They didn't want to see fake props, fake stuff, fake locations.
Real Jersey.
And so what happened is, so in 77, it was an active legislature. We became operable in 78. And we've really grown over the years. And the biggest thing I tell people is that they're probably watching TV or film somewhere, and they don't realize they're actually watching Jersey.
All right, so that brings me to my next point. You guys are responsible for some of the biggest films and TV productions in history. Now, we're talking about The Sopranos.
Yes.
We're talking about West Side Story, Wu-Tang, The Many Saints of Newark. What are some of the projects that you think are most impactful to the film industry, and what are the ones that you are most proud of?
So some of the ones we're most proud of is this show called The Joker, the Joker that filmed in Newark. And so it was a really big challenge, and it was also one of our first big tax incentive projects. It was a big project that was coming in after a bit of a lull. And it was a lot of work, but it got the national recognition that brings people to want to come to these cities, want to come to these places. And it doesn't matter where you are in New Jersey, whether it's Atlantic City, Monmouth County, Northern Jersey, people want to go to where these filmmaking take place. And it's been a blast. And the one reference I do is a movie called Big with Tom Hanks.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah.
Big. And so Tom Hanks's character lived in Cliffside Park, New Jersey. And we had people coming from Germany when they were visiting the States, wanted to go see where that character lived.
And take their shot at Zoltar to go back to like 10 years old?
Yes.
I wanted to do that. I know where it was. You know where it is. So
I do.
we can head up there and see if we can turn back the clock a bit.
Yes,
We'll
absolutely.
meet you there.
Yeah.
So as we're sitting here filming this today, or recording it I should say, you have something really special dropping on Apple TV, a brand new production, and it's like the biggest cavalcade of stars you could imagine. John Turturro, who I love, and a lot of other stars. So maybe you could talk about Severance, which was filmed right here in Monmouth County as well.
Yes, it was. So Severance is the brainchild of Ben Stiller, and it's a brilliant thing where when you go to work, you forget about your personal life, and when you come home, you forget about your work life. And
Never happens.
And obviously, nothing is ever that simple. But the corporate headquarters where Patricia Arquette's character lives is Bellworks. And not where she lives, where she works. That's the corporate headquarters. So whenever you see the corporate headquarters, it's Bellworks. And we were thrilled because we've really worked hard to push filmmaking into all parts of the state, southern part, central part. And if you also watch on streaming the ABC TV series Emergence, they came down into Monmouth County tons of times.
So how does it work for those of us who don't really understand how a film comes to be shot? Like, how does Ben Stiller, who does he call up? How does that happen where he talks to you?
Yes.
Tell folks a little bit about that process, all these giant stars here in Bellworks.
So we have an office. It's a state film office. We report to the Secretary of State and the Business Action Center. They're our report to. And so our office is tasked with attracting filmmaking to New Jersey and making sure they have a smooth time here. And we do this all because of the economic benefits that the state derives. So typically we can get calls from anybody. It could be a location manager, a producer. It can be a production designer, someone who's thinking, or a star who's going to be doing something. And so they'll call us up and want to find out all the details. And then as we start getting closer, we more or less hold their hands. I say I'm the arbiter, the moderator, the mediator, we're the go-between that makes it happen. Our goal is to make it happen. We're here for the state of New Jersey, and we try to make everything go as smooth as possible.
All right. We really appreciate you both coming in today. David, Lauren, Garden State Film Festival, New Jersey Film Commission. Please tell folks where they can get tickets and find out more about this year's festival.
Sure, you can go to gsff.org. The best deal in town is to get to the multi-pass in person or the virtual multi-pass that lets you see everything. We'll see you March 23rd to the 27th.
Folks, March 23rd to the March 27th, Garden State Film Festival, both in Asbury Park and Cranford, New Jersey. Thank you so much to our guests for being on this segment.
There are so many exciting films and events taking place at the film festival. We hope you can join us. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Remember dancing the Lindy and Jitterbug, Foxtrot and Cha-Cha? Maybe the mashed potatoes and the twist to the tunes from Frank, Ella, Perry, Elvis, and Chubby. At nightclubs, school dances, even in your basement. And if you're like me, you may have learned from your sister as to how to dance with her friends. Today there's the line dance, the two-step, the electric slide and Macarena. Good exercise and great fun. Now at SCAN, to keep our best foot forward, is line dancing happening on Wednesday afternoon in the lower level of the community center of the Monmouth Mall. The next clip reveals the exuberance from our instructor Rob Laub and the excitement from all his hoofers.
There are so many different types of classes available at the Senior Citizens Activities Network, otherwise known as SCAN. From yoga to foreign languages, the variety is incredible. And one of our newest classes is all about line dancing, called Get in Line to Dance, and offered once a week. This 8-week line dancing class is filled with lots of fun and great music. A great benefit to line dancing is that no partners are needed. Line dancing teaches you how to move your body and basic dance footwork, such as triple step, the turn and spin, rocking steps, and so much more, while providing a great exercise for your physical and mental health. The class is fun, uplifting, and you get to meet some new people. Class is paced according to the students. Line dancing is rooted in country music, but SCAN students also can dance to popular songs like Lady Gaga and Coldplay. Students are instructed to dress in layers and wear shoes that will not stick to the floor, as line dancers slide their feet across that floor. The class is limited to 12 students, and the instructor is Rob Laub. For more information on this exciting new class offered through SCAN, please visit our website at scannj.org.
That's our show for today. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Community Connections as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you.
And if you would like to know more about SCAN and our classes of art, dance, foreign language, music, TV production, and more, check out our website, scannj.org.
SCAN stands for Senior Citizens Activities Network. It's the place where active adults meet to be informed, empowered, and inspired.
Until next time.